up and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Raps. And of course, I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, and the often imitated, never duplicated Superstar Tim Vicious. And we are going over Raw this week was in Glendale, Arizona, the Go Home Raw 2 Survivor Series. Now, before we do, want to remind everyone we are running a contest. If you go to youtube.com, Tim23Vicious, that's Tim, the number 2, the number 3, Vicious. Subscribe to the channel. That is my personal YouTube page. Subscribe to that. We break 500 before the Royal Rumble, which is in February, so we got just a little over 2 months time. Subscribe to that channel. We break 500. One random subscriber will win Vicious Rants apparel, much like what I'm wearing right now. And, excuse me, all of that will be out of my personal pocket. I will pay for the shirt. I will pay for the shipping. I will pay for it all. All I need is your contact info. You can have me send it to your house, a friend's house, a P.O. box, a Salvation Army if you want. I will send it wherever you tell me to. It costs $0 to enter, and let's all be honest, who doesn't like winning a free t-shirt? Because I know I do. Now, also, we are a WWE Shop affiliate, so with that said, with the holidays approaching, you may have a WWE fan in your life and you're saying, you know, what should I get them? Oh, I know, I'll get insert wrestlers merchandise here. Well, before you go and purchase wrestlers merchandise here, why not scan the QR code that's on the screen if you're watching this on the Main Event Network's YouTube page, or if you're watching this on my personal YouTube page after you subscribed, or if you're listening to this wherever you get audio podcasts from, check the description tab. There is a link on there. You click that link and it'll take you to WWE Shop, and any purchase that you make, whether it's a Jey Uso Yeet shirt, whether it's a CM Punk shirt and or hoodie, whether it's the new Bloodline merchandise, any item that you purchase on there, we here at the Vicious Studios receive a nominal commission, which helps us make this show better for you guys down the road. So it helps us help you. Now, with that said, let's switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. It starts out with the new Bloodline coming out, addressing on how Roman's team is a man down, and Solo saying, Roman, you got until the end of the night to accept my terms of surrender, or else. So then we see Sami and the Usos at one point. What's up, Uso? Hey, what are we doing? Roman said to meet him here. Alright, let's go meet him. So they go and they meet Roman. And then they're like, alright, so what we do is, we're a man down. And then you see Jey Uso again, who I still say is the unofficial team leader, because he's making calls that he's making the call to have Roman make the official team call. You know? So, Jey's sitting there. And what about Cody Rhodes? Roman then just snaps real quick. No. That's ancient history. Leaves it at that. And then, Sami then picks his head up after thinking for a minute. I know it's a long shot, but why not, let's try Seth Rollins again. Listen, Roman, I know you got your history with him. I know you got your past. But what other options do we got? And then he just looks, no. So what we do, Oos? What we do? We ain't no one wanting to work with us. What we do? We got this. Us four can handle this. We can do this. We just need to come up with our game plan. Alright, man. Alright. So what's the plan? I don't know. So we fast forward to the end of the show. Solo and his bloodline is in the ring. He calls out Roman and his bloodline. So the OG bloodline comes out to the ring. They get in. And just as everyone's in a defensive pose, ready to go and fight, Solo, whoa, stand down. We're not here to fight. Roman, I don't want to go to war. I love you. If you join my bloodline, we can run this company. All you have to do is accept my terms of surrender and acknowledge me. And before we can get a clear, solid answer from Roman, then we hear one of, if not the greatest opening sentences in all of sports and or sports entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. That's right, folks, we get the return of my savior, Paul Heyman. And I am the wise man for Roman Reigns. And War Games will not be 5-on-4. No, it will be 5-on-5. Pointing to the back, queuing up the mystery man he brought out. Next deal, what do we hear? Look in my eyes. And we hear Living Colors Cult of Personality. We see CM Punk taping up his one hand, staring a hole through Solo like he owes him $50. And then we get the big fight going on. Rah rah sis boom ba. Everyone goes and beats the living piss out of Solo's team. And then then all you see at the end, you see Roman looking at Punk. Why are you here? Why are you here? And all you see is Punk. I'm here because I'm here for him. He asked me. Pointing to Paul. And it makes perfect sense because you think back, CM Punk was the last guy Paul Heyman spoke to before Solo's bloodline took him out. You know, Paul, yes, that favor you wanted from me. What was it? Take me with you. Yeah. Chef's kiss emoji. Perfect. So, with that said, the other highlights from SmackDown, we had the first match in the Women's U.S. title tournament. We had Bianca Belair, Blair Davenport, and Chelsea Green all going at it. Good match. At one point, just as it looked like Bianca was setting up to go and get the win, we see up on the Tron, we see a shaky cam moving to see Jade Cargill laying beat up on a car, looking like something out of a crime scene, and then you just see Bianca like, what, turning her head back and forth like, do I go there? Do I stay with the match? Do I go there? Do I stay with the match? And then she goes, runs to the back to go take care of Jade. And then we see the rest being Blair and Chelsea. Chelsea gets the win, 1, 2, 3, with the Pretty Her, and we are just one step closer from having Chelsea being the first Women's U.S. Champion. Now, do need to note, Jade is out of War Games because they said she sustained multiple injuries. There is no timetable on her return. Sucks. Yeah. We'll talk about that fallout from it later on. Speaking of the U.S. title, we now have the men's United States Championship match coming up with L.A. Knight, yeah, dummy, yeah, let me talk to you, defending that championship against Santos Escobar. See what I did there? And before the match happened, we see Nakamura play up a hype video to go and throw L.A. Knight off his game. It did. Escobar, he had the early on advantage. It was a good match. At the end, Knight wound up getting the win, hitting the BFT, blunt force trauma for the 1, 2, 3. After the match, Nakamura showed up out of nowhere. Boom! Beat up Knight again. So if I had to guess, soonest we're going to get a match between these two is Saturday night's main event. Latest is Royal Rumble. We then saw Cody Rhodes having a face-to-face with Kevin Owens. Cody called Kevin out, insisting why'd he do what he did with Randy. Then you see Owens, he came out, showed up out of nowhere, then explained, for 4 years, I have fought Roman, and his bloodline has tried to take me out and end my career. And it's been all me. Then you returned, and you fought side by side with me, and we fought against them. Then I fought next to you at WrestleMania 39, and I won the Tag Team Championships with my best friend, Sami Zayn. Then I was there with you to celebrate when you beat Roman at, if not your greatest, but the greatest WrestleMania main event match ever to become WWE Champion. And at no point have I gotten any kind of thanks. Have I gotten a title shot? Have I gotten a fair chance? My breaking point with you was when you chose to go and team with Roman. No, not after everything he did to me. And Kevin going on, talking about on how he's been vilified for his actions, this, that, and the other. Cody then, shut up! Going on, talking about on how Kevin's victimizing himself, making himself out to be the victim in all of this, that, and the other. And then said, you want a title match? Fine, I'll give you one. And then all you hear is then you hear Owen say, alright, good. I want you to remember 2 things. 1, I hate you. And 2, I loved Randy. And remember what I did to him. Just imagine what I'd be willing to do to somebody I don't like. Just imagine what I'll do to somebody I hate. And it just left at that. And they did make it official. So Cody's defending the title against Owens at Saturday night's main event. So, yeah. Then we had women's tag action. Bayley and Naomi going against Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae. It was a good match. It ended in a DQ when Nia showed up out of nowhere. And then they proceeded to go and do a beatdown on the faces. And then Io Sky came out to go and try and help even the odds. And then Liv and Raquel came out to, and then that evened up. Evened up. Then the heels had the advantage, and then Rhea Ripley came out with a Singapore cane, and then next scattered like a room full of cockroaches when the lights got turned on. So yeah. Next up then we have Montez Ford going against Tommaso Ciampa. It was a good match. Ford wound up getting the win. The big takeaway from the match though is just seeing Ciampa inching closer and closer and closer to becoming that Blackheart once again. And I am so looking forward to it. I am salivating for that opportunity to see it again. Because as great as a heel Ciampa is, it was on NXT, and call a duck and a spade. Not many people watch the NXT brand compared to Raw or SmackDown. So, bigger platform, better opportunity. So looking forward to it. And yeah, that's pretty much all the highlights from SmackDown. So, with that said, let's get into this week's show. Raw in Glendale. It starts out with the Ring General Gunther coming out to go and address the crowd. And just as he's about to speak, next thing you know, we see Damian Priest coming out. Whoa. Hold on now, champ. Hold on. Now, I don't know about you, but you ain't carrying yourself. You ain't looking like you used to. Looking all weak and soft. Now, I don't know if it's because of the pressure being champ. I get that. I was champ myself. I get that pressure, man. But you used to have this aura around you. Like nobody could touch you. If anyone even thought about putting their hand on you, you'd wind up beating you'd beat the living piss out them. Now look at you. I've whooped your ass more times than I can count. And I'm still standing. And come Survivor Series, I'm going to just whoop your ass again and I'm going to take that championship. So, you got something to say, champ? So I'm all ears. And you see Gunther holding the mic. Start to walk away and then, boom! Pops him in the head with the mic. They start brawling. Gunther then goes to take him out of the outside. Goes to start doing some damage to him outside. Then, excuse me. Then Priest stops him, hits him with a razor's edge onto the table, and then stands tall, holding the championship. If I had to guess, my heart says Priest, but my wallet is saying Gunther. So yeah, with that said, let's get into the first match of the night. Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio going up against the Creed brothers. So we got the LWO going against American Made in a tornado tag match. And really good solid action, a lot of nice back and forth. Creeds, they were leading the pace after like the commercial break. I dug it. I thought it was good. It was, like I said though, tornado tag, so everyone was bouncing around everywhere, in, out, in, out. And match came to an end when Brutus got thrown over into a corner and wound up doing a ref bump by accident. Ray goes to do a 619 onto Julius, and Chad Gable shows up out of nowhere and literally just gets Ray's mask and flips it all the way around a 180 to have the back end of Ray's mask cover up his face so he can't see squat, and he's like, and then Julius rolls him up for the 1, 2, 3. After that, yeah, then you see American Made hugging and celebrating and such. Next up, we got the big bad booty nephew, Bron Breakker, defending it wasn't even a defense, I'm sorry, going one-on-one against Ludwig Kaiser. And this is a good match, and I don't know if many people realize this, but Kaiser is a second-gen wrestler, and this was one of those matches where these guys they make this stuff look easy. They make it look so easy that you could do it at home. If an 8-year-old little Tim Vicious saw this while eating a bowl of Cheerios, would have looked at the TV with my jaw on the floor thinking, this is what I want to do. Wow. Yeah, no lie. It was a good match. I liked it. It ended in a DQ. I didn't like the fact that it ended in a DQ. However, I did like the fallout from it because it ended in a disqualification when Kaiser, he was on the one end of the ring. Bron was on the floor leaning up against the steps. And just as it looked like Kaiser was getting ready to go and do that running charge into the steps, what do we see? Boom! Jimmy shows up out of nowhere. Sheamus beats the living tar out of Kaiser, and then massive brawl ensues. And then it just looks like the old cliche cartoon fight where you see everyone going against everyone, or you see all three guys going against each other. All you needed was the big giant dust cloud. Then they come back from commercial break. Everyone is still going at each other. Next thing you hear Adam Pearce, enough! You all want to fight? You three want to fight? Fine. Survivor Series. Triple threat for the Intercontinental title. It is official. So we got Intercontinental title match at Survivor Series. Again, Hart, I would like Sheamus to win. Wallet, though, I would say Bron Breakker, because I'm thinking after Survivor Series, they're going to have Jey Uso step back in to chase after the Intercontinental title. So, next up we had Finn and JD McDonagh defending their tag team titles, finally, against the War Raiders. And, whoo doggy, this was one hell of a match. The Raiders had Finn and JD on the ass end of an ass whooping at the start of this match. Like, the second the bell rang, they were leading right at the start. Like, it just pounding the living hell out of them. Eric was the punching bag after the commercial break. He was the punching bag for a minute. Ivar wound up getting a hot tag in. And when he came in, he cleared house. And he took on everyone fierce. Now the match came to an end when Dominic and Carlito ran interference. They went to go run interference. They got halted, and then Dominic started arguing with the ref. As he's doing that, Ivar's climbing up to the top to go and do the doom salt. And as he's climbing up, Finn then goes, bah! Rakes Ivar's eyes, has him fall down, so that way then JD can go and do the pin for the 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Next up, we got New Day going against Alpha Academy, and they did announce next Monday is the New Day's 10-year anniversary. I am not emotionally ready for the New Day to break up. We see it all coming. But I'm not ready. I am so not ready for it. Before the match, we see Woods and Kofi talking, saying, listen, all this beef, we need to put it aside, man. Next week, we got 10 years. Got the 10-year anniversary. Yeah. So let's go do this, man. Let's go do this match right. Alright? Yeah. So, they get to the ring. Alpha Academy's in the ring. Kofi's in there getting ready to go. Alright, come on, Otis, let's go. And then Woods tags himself in like, I got this, I'll start it. And then next thing you know, what do you see? You see, boom, Otis take down Woods. Boom, Otis hit Kofi. And then Otis, Caterpillar onto Kofi. And then squashes Woods like a bug. Tags in Tozawa. Tozawa then climbs up to the top. Swanton, boom. Drops down on him for the 1, 2, 3. Alpha Academy gets the win. Although, anyone that's seen Maxxine Dupri in that outfit she wore, whew, anyone that saw that outfit, saw her in that, was the true winner. Moving forward, though, after that you see Kofi and Woods. Bro, what's going on, man? Woods, what's going on, man? And then you see in the back, Woods and Kofi yelling at each other. And then Kofi hitting hard truths onto Woods. You know why? You never won a world championship? It's because me and E never let you make the calls because you make bad decisions. You make rash decisions. You run in there head first instead of thinking clear. And then wound up saying, last I checked, you asked me to join with you, not the other way around. I already had a Hall of Fame career before I started with you guys. And then Woods, oh, yeah. You know what? You guys wouldn't let me go and do any of my stuff. You wouldn't give me any opportunity at all. I never got any. And then Kofi, I gave you my Intercontinental shot a couple weeks ago. You had the King of the Ring crown. You fumbled on both. And it was just like, oh. It's like when you see your mom and dad or your your brother and sister fighting and you're like, I don't like seeing this. I'm not comfortable looking at this. Gulp. Yeah. So now we come to main event match of the night. It is women's action to determine who has the War Games advantage. Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax. Now, it was noted earlier in the show, like I said, Jade's injured, so she's out of the War Games. They showed Bianca talking to Naomi, saying, who should we have as our replacement? Io suggests Kairi Sane. Naomi suggests Bailey and says, listen, Bianca, boo, I get you got your history with her, but she's changed. She's changed. It's all for the good. We're good. And then it turned into a big squawk type bit until Rhea stepped in. Hey, I don't care who we get. I don't care what you guys think. As long as they don't get in my way of me getting my hands on Liv and Raquel, we're good. So, yeah. So as far as the match went between Bianca and Nia, she wound up leading into the commercial break. Bianca was going blow for blow with Nia. It was really good to see. This was a good match between them two. They had this one was a really good chemistry between them both for the night. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It came to an end when at one point Nia was trying to go for the Annihilator. Bianca got up, went to grab her to go do a powerbomb. As she did, she knocked through the turnbuckle, ripped the turnbuckle pad off. And then later on, Nia had Bianca down again, was getting ready to go up. And as she's going up, the ref's checking on Bianca. And her line of sight's she don't see squat from Nia's end. So as she's going up, next you know Bailey, wham, slams her face into the exposed turnbuckle, and then you just see Bailey ringside looking at Bianca. Go, come on sis, you got this. You just see Bianca then run over, climb up, hit a 450, boom, for the 1, 2, 3. So I think it's obvious Bailey's the fifth lady. So, yeah. With that said, that's it for this week's show, folks. So, much like I always say, like the video, subscribe to the channel, whether you're watching it on the Main Event Network's page or my personal YouTube page. If you're listening to this on audio form, leave us a 5-star review if you feel we've earned it. Follow the channel on there. We're building up that audio network as best as we can. Thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. A little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Also, go to whatamaneuver.net for some Vicious Rants apparel. Perfect gifts for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or a shirt to give to Goodwill or Salvation Army so you can hold on to your stuff. We got t-shirts, tanks, women's tees, toddler tees, baby onesies, long sleeves. Also, folks, don't forget to check out these cool-ass caps right here on the Twitter, DSB_IV, Main Event _net, the Main Event Wrestling Network, page, Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, and D-Dryer, 1986. Like I always tell you, you love me great, you hate me.
Shut up and sit down.
Fuck you.